accept my payment.
Welcome to round 43 of Eat the Buckle, the podcast that puts two horror movies in a head-to-head matchup where the loser will remain in the ring another week and will be forced to watch it repeatedly until we've determined the worst horror movie ever made. This week, we continue our spooky season mini tournament of the Halloween reboots. This time around, we have the David Gordon Green bracket. Halloween 2018 versus Halloween Kills from 2021. I'm Jared, and with me as always are two new versions of Dr. Loomis. Josh and Aaron. Fellas, how you doing today?
He's pure evil. I may be new, but I shot him 6 times! 6 times!
After what, I think we were in Halloween Kills last night, and I just looked at Eric and I was like, I need real Dr. Loomis in my life.
Yeah, CGI Dr. Loomis don't cut it.
It's getting that itch even itchier that needs to be scratched, but it's too early in spooky season to get to the OG Halloween.
I agree. You gotta wait till like the week of to try to.
Yeah, so I just gotta wait for that Loomis, the real Loomis, to wrap me like a warm blanket.
Wait till I'm up there.
Yeah, I am for sure.
I did extra credit and went ahead and watched the original Halloween.
Oh boy.
Since Halloween is a sequel to Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And everyone's made the joke how this is the second Halloween movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, yeah, I went ahead and remembering having seen Halloween as a direct sequel to Halloween, I thought to myself, it would probably behoove me to watch Halloween so that I could see Halloween in a different light when I watch Halloween.
And did it work?
Yeah, I mean, I picked up more directly the stuff David Gordon Green was doing with the slow pans and the steady cam and staging shots that were one-for-one remakes. So in that sense,
the 40 minutes of unnecessary family melodrama.
Well, let's give the break. Let's give
a sequel to the first Halloween. Sorry.
Nope, that's all right. We'll get it. Hold on. Okay, so Halloween 2018 was released October 19th, 2018. Had a budget of $10 million, which $5 million less than the Rob Zombie ones. And think about the disparity in how this one looked on the screen compared to what Rob Zombie. Not only $5 million, but $5 million 10 years later.
Yeah,
is a big difference.
I think a lot of those millions went up his nose. The joke.
Where was I? Budget $10 million. Box office. Did it eat the buckle, fellas?
No.
At the box office? No, of course it didn't. It made $260 million. Huge.
Wow.
Huge, baby. Written by Jeff Bradley, David Gordon Green, Danny McBride, with original characters by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, starring Jamie Lee Curtis, Judy Greer, Andy Matichak, Toby Huss, and James Jude Courtney / Nick Castle as The Shape. In this movie, David Gordon Green leaves his residency as Walton Goggins' handler and HBO showrunner to give us his version of the latest blatant attempt at raking in greenbacks as another studio attempts another reboot of the classic story that you know and love. Is it the Halloween version of Star Wars Force Awakens? Yep. Will it eat the buckle? Maybe. Gentlemen, off the top rope, what did you think of David Gordon Green's Halloween 2018?
Go on, Aaron.
It's more like J.J. Abrams' Star Trek reboot than Force Awakens. Would be a better analogy for the terrible sci-fi reboots and rehashes of the aughts. Yeah, I actually, if I view this through the lens, I think that John Carpenter was presented like, hey, let's just do a good sequel, tie it all up in a bow, and have everyone just really enjoy those two movies and enjoy the other, however many there are. There's, I think 11, including this one at this point.
13.
There's 13 now, right?
Oh, in 2018.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yes.
So if you like the Busta Rhymes one, it's still out there in the universe, just like how the original series was always cardboard sets and William Shatner's pants splitting every time he did a tuck and roll. Like, I kind of get how they're trying to play both sides with this, but then John Carpenter was like, all right, so you're only going to make the one, right? You're only going to make the one, right? And yeah, it works as that, as a
And
standalone
Jason
sequel.
Blum was like, "We made 260 million times the budget. Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah.
Right. So I enjoy it for the little callbacks, and I know Member Berry is shorthands for fan service now, and this is a fan servicey movie. If you are fans of all the other sequels, there's stuff thrown in here, but it works with an unseen shoulder shrug from me.
hmm Um, Go ahead. Josh, what were your thoughts on
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as Aaron as far as sequels go. I think they made the right choice of just wiping all the rest of them aside and going for a direct sequel to the first. I just don't understand when doing that a lot of the decisions that were made. Like I said earlier, I don't feel like I get it's 15 years later or whatever, so time's passed, these people have grown older. But like you've already got your story set up. You don't need that much exposition. You're bored to tears before things even start moving in the movie, or at least I was. Uh, Once they start moving, I think there's some really cool ideas and some really cool scenes. I liked seeing Jamie Lee Curtis as Granny with a shotgun.
it?
Uh, Thought that was kind of fun. I think the chaotic neighborhood scene where Michael Myers is just walking through the neighborhood house to house and the camera's kind of over his shoulder is one of the coolest fucking scenes I've ever seen
The one
in
shot.
a horror movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, the one shot.
Yeah, I had that.
Uh,
That was one of the only notes I took was this one shot fucking rules.
it really does. It reminds me very similar to that. I'm wondering, I can't remember which was done first, but I think it was True Detective. It reminds me of that
hmm
scene for the True Detective episode where they're trying to escape the neighborhood. I almost wish that the entirety of this movie was just that one shot over the shoulder
Yeah.
of Michael Myers just going through the town wreaking havoc because it was really cool and really
Yeah.
effective. Um, but there, it's okay. I won't say I hate this movie. I won't say I like it. It's one of those that like if it's on and it's around Halloween time, I'll let it roll while I'm doing something else.
hmm
Uh, I I don't think it's anything special, and I definitely don't think it's the glorious kind of return that it has been hailed as to a franchise.
mm. I mean I'll this will kind of give my give my thoughts away pretty quickly, but I said last episode I don't hold Halloween as a um it's not a precious franchise to me. I think this is the second best Halloween movie of the 13, which is not to say
Sure,
there's a lot
sure.
of good options out there. I
I'd
think
say it's my third favorite.
fair. But I think what it did to juxtapose, and I mean, it's kind of unfair to do this now, but because we'll get there in a week. What Danny McBride did that I like about Halloween and what keeps me interested in watching all the movies this time of year is it gives you that Halloween feeling. Like the
Hmm.
shot of the one of him going around with all the trick or like Haddonfield to me from the first two Halloweens is it's a vibe. You know, it's
Hmm.
like it is a Halloween vibe. And I think they captured that really well in this movie. Um, which like I will return to this every Halloween because it gets me in the mood more than any other Halloween movie other than the original. Kind of go ahead.
No, no, no. Go ahead. I didn't want to interrupt.
I think uh I hear what you're saying about the family stuff in the beginning, but to juxtapose that against Rob Zombie is like he gave us the family stuff and it was, we've already talked about
we
that to
hashed
death,
that
but
out.
like but
Yeah,
this made me like care about the characters. It's like, oh, they're a sweet loving family and they have their trauma they're dealing with in their own ways that is believable. And I didn't mind it. I actually liked that part of it, and it makes what comes later so much more devastating. I loved the dad. Toby Huss was awesome. And you know what happens to him, you kind of feel it more because he just seems like a good dude and a good dad, and you know you
Mm.
hate to see what happens to him as opposed to everyone in a Rob Zombie one where you're like, good, fuck these
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
Um,
it set up good stakes.
mhm. Yeah, and I like the dialogue. I thought, you know, it's got that Danny McBride dialogue where you just meet these weird characters that are having these strange like nothing to do with anything conversations, but they kind of seem like conversations real people would have. Um, so yeah,
I
I dug
like
it.
that.
I dig this one.
People talk shit on that. Like, what? You're trying to make a scary movie and then you take this out like talking about a banh mi sandwich.
Yeah,
And it's like
I
if
love
you
that
go
scene.
back to all those 80 slasher movies that we grew up on, there's always stupid shit like that. And I
Mm.
mean, we're up to week 43. How many of these movies that we've watched have just random and like inane conversations between two characters just to kill some time and like set like get you relaxed so that the next terrible thing can be teed up.
Hmm. I loved the banh mi sandwich conversation. Made me laugh. Uh, I mean, that being said, there are things I absolutely hate about this movie. There's times watching this where I'm like, I kind of like this better than the original, just because
Oh no.
I think it's shot beautifully. It's a gorgeously shot horror film. Uh, I fucking hate the Loomis character, the stand-in for Loomis.
I was gonna say
The
he's definitely not Loomis,
no,
but
but like he is them to the Star Wars Force Awakens
It's mirror
comparison of like
universe.
we have to have someone that's a stand-in for Loomis, and to
yeah,
the point where Jamie Lee Curtis even kind of a wink to camera is like, "Oh, you're the new Loomis,"
yeah.
and which I don't. That's not even what I hated. I didn't like it, but then when he does his heel turn
Hmm.
and stabs Sheriff Brackett and suddenly puts on the mask and is it's so fucking dumb. And at that moment, I remember the first time I watched it, like I said, I was like, is this the best Halloween movie? Up until that point, I was like, oh, Jesus, is this the worst fucking Halloween
It
movie? This is
it
awful.
was a bad character choice for sure. I
Gonna
didn't.
have to do the actually guy and say that wasn't Sheriff Brackett getting stabbed.
Or whoever.
It was Deputy Franklin.
Okay.
The,
Yeah,
the
whoever
random
he's
guy that they created a whole backstory around for this trilogy.
right. Yes, you're correct. Apologies.
Um,
Thank you for letting me know. But yeah, it's just but then the good thing about that is that your mind kind of goes like, is this what this is going to be now? And then like 10 minutes later, he gets his head stomped to cranberry sauce. So then you're like,
Yeah,
okay, at least maybe they got some studio notes or thought better of it in the writer's room and thought like, we can't do this. Let's kill this son of a bitch immediately.
yeah.
So they kind of make up for their mistake pretty quickly. But just in that like 10 minutes of that happening is like, this is so bad. It kind of ruins it. It takes away a lot of the good graces that I give this movie.
I think another issue that I have with it, and they bring it up in the movie, so it is kind of meta of a moment where the one guy from the Quarry video game, I'm blanking on his name, uh,
The quarry.
the pothead guy, Dave Miles
Dave.
Robbins,
Yeah.
where he's like, "Who cares what happened in '78? You're talking about five people dying
Hmm.
plus a dog. Like
Yeah.
that is a speed bump in today's
Yeah.
news cycle."
And
Hmm.
So
yeah, I like that they pointed that out.
I like it, and I guess that's why you have to up the body count to make it even more visceral.
Hmm.
That's the thing is Carpenter, like he always has done in all of his old movies, did so much with so little that the fact that there's a five deaths, it seems like there's way more in the first Halloween
Right.
with 15 minutes less screen time. And so that to me always is like, yeah, like I get why you have at the time I guess would have been TikToks would have been starting, or
Hmm.
you had already had Vines, so you have to always constantly ramp stuff up to keep people's attention. But I I was like, there's some of these deaths in this one, and especially in the second one, that are more like Jason kills, if that makes sense.
I had that exact point for Halloween Kills. Was it's more like a Jason movie than a.
So I liked that they called it out and were meta about it, but I kind of wish they would have been stuck to the Carpenter, not script, but view of horror, and do the less is more, make it scary for a small set of characters instead of we're over with everybody. And then it gets even, compounded worse in the second one
Hmm.
uh, that we're going to talk about. But it just it's like I said, it's you're having your cake and eating it too. This movie.
Yeah, which I like that,
Hmm.
but that's one of the pros. I get why that could be a detriment to it, but for me, I like it.
The probably the to no one's surprise, the thing I hated most in this movie were the younger male characters.
What's it gonna
The
take for you to just be like, oh, that was a pretty funny character?
what the two teenage kids you thought they were funny characters?
I did.
The femboy boyfriend who at one point she describes as being so hot and sexy, and it's like he's a fucking twerp.
That's what the ladies like. Look at fucking the Dune kid. What's his name? Chalamet.
Uh,
That's what
I I guess I don't get it. I don't get it. I hated it. I hated those characters so
I
much.
liked the one kid that gets impaled on the wrought iron fence. I thought he was funny.
I mean, he was
Oscar.
fine, but they even make him out to be a fucking douchebag right before he gets it. Like,
Yeah, but that's what slasher movies do. They make you, at one point, at some point, you got to be like, oh, good. You kind of want them to die a little bit.
well, I mean, do you? You didn't want her father to die.
No, no, there's got to be the like expendables in a horror movie where you're like, oh, good, he was funny. Like, there's always the clown of the group that you're like, that guy's kind of
Sure.
annoying, but this one to me was an effective clown because he made me laugh. But
Okay.
Uh, the most unbelievable thing for me was, or upsetting thing, and this plays off our characteristics of Josh hating children and I hating things that would never exist. Three stalls in a women's bathroom at a gas station. That would never happen. There's no such thing. Show me in America where you can go into a gas station, women's restroom, and there are three. Now, I'm not talking about a Sheets or a Wawa. I'm talking about
Like a truck
straight
stop.
up a gas station with a garage where you walk around the back and there is one toilet exposed through the door, a broken tampon machine, and a half hanging mirror on the wall.
Mm.
That's
I
it. And I get it, it's a movie and I have to suspend my disbelief, but totally took me out of the movie.
I don't, and this is not a slight on you, but I can honestly say I don't really know what women's restrooms look like in gas stations.
Aaron
Well,
spends a
now we have
lot of time
something
in
to
the
do this
ladies'
weekend,
gas
Josh.
station.
He dresses up like, is it Bonnie or Clyde, and goes prancing through the women's
Bonnie.
gas station.
It's got a
Yeah.
little peephole drilled in. Uh, what did you guys think of the opener with the podcasters? Did that scare you guys as podcasters? Did it
Uh,
give you a little more stakes in the game?
they got what they
No,
deserved.
yeah.
Yeah, all
Uh,
podcasters should die.
I thought
I
the title sequence was cool. It's the opening credits. I like the pumpkin. Uh, the
Yeah,
way that they presented that I thought that was really cool and a great way to kind of set up and get you excited for the
yeah,
movie.
Yeah,
same.
like the rebirth of
Aaron,
it. Sure.
as a podcast producer,
Yes.
were you getting palpitations from that first scene where they're trying to record their conversation with Michael Myers and everyone starts screaming and the dogs start barking and there's all the chaos? Were you thinking, oh boy, how are they going to clean that up?
Well, no, I was thinking, first of all, how is that little handheld picking any of this up outside besides wind noise and what Dana was saying?
Hmm.
And maybe what Dr. Sartan was saying. I just thought, how is this picking up this guy who has popped his collar on his driving pea coat? No, I'm splitting the difference. It was a driving coat. Regardless,
God.
uh, he wouldn't hear. I don't think would pick that up. He was like 30 yards away.
Yeah, I had issues with that. Just that moment, but
Just that moment.
yeah, well, more than that. But how do you guys prefer your Halloween lore? As Lori being the sister or Lori not being the sister? Because it branches, the Halloween universe branches.
I looked this up. There are six different universes in the Halloween franchise.
Yeah. Let's
Mhm.
just
So
focus on the two of
right
Lori
right
being a
now,
Could we
sister
call it
and
the Loomis verse?
the Loomis verse.
I would say I prefer her not being,
Same.
because I think as soon as, and it's been out there for years, that Carpenter said it was a cop out. It's the only thing I could come up with for to put a twist on the second one.
Yeah.
That
Didn't he
And he was
say,
that
drunk when he was writing it.
yeah, I was gonna say, didn't he say something like, I had a 12 pack and no
Uh,
ideas, and then I had just had
yeah.
to come up with something.
So it validates more the good versus evil dynamic. I think when it's she's just,
It makes it scarier that
hmm
yeah,
she's
It's the
just a
same
random.
thing as like kind of what the Strangers horror franchise is based off of, is like these fucking psychos just target a random person, and Michael Myers just chose Laurie Strode to be his
Hmm.
target. It would stop at nothing to get her. That's terrifying because they had no connection.
Yeah.
As soon as you put the familial aspect in, oh, it's his younger sister and he's coming back to finish the jobs, and that's just, I don't know. It's like, okay.
Yeah. No,
Why? And by that account, like, then why does he murder anybody else at all if he's just going after his sister, except
right,
for those who stand in his way? You know,
right.
it's crazier if it's just this person that's just like, well, I'm gonna fucking kill you and kill you and kill you, and there's Lori, and now I'm gonna go kill her.
yeah. Just because you're in my way,
Right.
Mhm.
which,
Oh,
well, we'll get to it in the next one, but
I got a Dunkin' Dough already.
uh-oh.
It was Officer Hawkins, not Officer Franklin,
Oh, well,
who gets
thank you.
attacked by
I can
nude Loomis.
rest easy.
Wait,
Uh,
isn't Hawkins from Stranger Things?
Oh,
oh,
boy.
jeez.
Halloween the Upside Down. That'll be the JJ Abrams reboot in 5 years when this needs another fucking reboot.
Could you
Uh,
imagine living next to the Laurie Strode compound? How
Oh,
miserable it would be. Because, all right, she lives out in the woods, but sound travels. Having grown up in
uh,
the woods, that
mhm.
would be so miserable to have someone just firing off guns all fucking day for 40 years almost. Uh, and then all the construction that was going
Yeah, the
on the
construction.
compound in of itself. That
Yeah.
was that if anything could talk about triggering, that triggered me seeing that firing range, thinking this son of a bitch has just sat here blowing these mannequins up.
Granny with a shotgun.
Yeah.
I do wonder, they don't tell you what she's been doing for the last 15 years, and she's obviously not making any money capitalizing on the fact that she was a victim. So how does she get the money for everything in that house? And I know that kind of gets into the weeds. It's not really what we do so much in this podcast, but I seriously like, what? It's a nice fucking house. She's got a trap
Yeah.
door in her island kitchen and an arsenal of weapons that would make a militia jealous. Like, it's
Yeah.
insane.
Plus
And
all
there's
her like
no
gadgets.
explanation for any of
I'm
it.
going to
Yeah.
guess her parents cashed out the real estate company for a decent amount of change at some point, maybe when they died.
Yeah.
So,
Strode Realty banked.
yeah, like if he was the principal on that, they had money.
Okay, I guess. I guess.
And then
But
and then
that kind
obviously
of
she didn't
money,
go to and then obviously she didn't go to school like college, so she went to post high school Votech and learned
Uh,
carpentry, machinery,
yeah,
and welding.
welding. Yep. Checks out. Checks out, I
going
guess.
to Doom Prepper you. Like some of those, not just what you mentioned, Josh, but also like there were so many like lever gadgets where she'd pull a lever and a
Oh
fucking
yeah.
like steel safety door would come down and for every room in the house. I don't. That's a lot of money.
Kevin McAllister idolized this woman.
In 40 years, it's more believable that Laurie Strode could have picked up all this knowledge and know-how versus the last 15 minutes of A Nightmare on Elm Street,
Yeah.
where that one woman just straight up home alones her house against Freddy, or excuse me, Fred Krueger.
Yeah, like just a 20-second little clip of Laurie Strode watching a YouTube video on how to killer proof your house. And
Right.
just like watching a video and be like, oh, okay, then show her with like a welding mask. Just 20 seconds of that and be like,
All
oh,
right.
okay, she did it herself.
Well,
Cool.
Yeah.
didn't they?
Yeah.
When they had a Judy Greer flashback to her childhood, they did that.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, where they
They did Karen's childhood, yeah, where it shows her like
uh,
running through it shows her like running through the
mm,
woods and shooting at targets and
well,
yeah,
yeah,
because
boxing.
they set
well,
up the island trap door bit.
airtight then. No notes.
No notes.
Um, I last note I really had was just well, two things real quick. I loved the just to give something I liked and didn't like. I loved the motion the motion light scene in the backyard where the clown
Yeah,
character before he gets
Oscar.
impaled.
Yeah.
Oscar, I thought that was really cool.
Hmm.
What I didn't like, again to the blatant memba berries of everything, was why does Laurie call him the Shape? Never in
Hmm.
these movies. They refer to him as Shape in the credits only. Never,
Yep.
at least that I can think of in these movies, has anyone actually ever said like, "It's the Shape." And then of course, fucking Laurie Strode has to be like, "He's here, the Shape," or whatever she says.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys.
For some reason,
Well,
I'm thinking
even
Loomis did that in the first one.
Does
The
he?
shape of evil.
maybe
Yeah,
they
but
do a lot of that with calling him the boogeyman too,
the
which
boogie, yeah,
it got really kind of
That
stupid. It was like it's not Michael Myers, it's the boogeyman. It's like
yeah,
something. It's like no, it is Michael Myers. He is the boogeyman, but they're
yeah.
the same fucking thing.
Like, guys, we know what movie we're watching. You don't have to keep referencing things.
And they keep just driving in both of these movies, like nobody knows where the evil comes from. It's like we
Mm.
get it, we fucking get it.
Oh,
Stop.
especially in Halloween Kills, which might it might be a good segue if we're ready to get into it.
All right, we're not
all
playing
right.
a game.
We'll see. We got a break to
All
take,
right, all right,
and then we'll come back.
all
Maybe
right.
I'll give you a little Halloween treat.
Oh boy.
We'll be back.
Hopefully,
Would it
it's not
be
M and M's.
a bag of M&Ms?
We don't have time.
A bag of Michael Myers's M&M's. Be back.
Like a magic trick, like abracadabra.
I know you talking about smoking weed. Don't lie to me. That's against the rules. I'm telling my mom.
Oh,
So I didn't have a game per
no,
se.
that's okay. We don't have to play a game.
Well, I do have a little exercise I just wanted to. So, you guys want to play a quick game?
I want to play a game.
This is a TikTok trend, probably from 5 years ago, but and I know other podcasts have done this, but how about Mount Scaramore?
Mount Scaramore.
Yeah.
This sounds like a Necco wafer treat.
I'm gonna need a
Uh,
little more Crypt Keeper in that voice.
Mount Scaramore.
There we go.
I need to think of a better one for that. Mount Rush Fear. Mount anyway.
Mount
Crushmore.
Anyway,
Mount Fearmore is what you said,
Mount
right?
Fearmore? Mount
Mount,
Scaramore? I think
Mount
is what
Mount.
I said.
Say it a Dave Mustang voice, and you Mount Crushmore.
Mount Crushmore. There we go. Mount Crushmore. So this is our first kind of deep dive into like a comprehensive deep dive into a franchise that we've done.
Mhm.
And so we've never really talked about this much, but I'm curious as to which of the big slasher franchise killers, like, your Jasons, Freddy's, Ghost Faces, Chucky's, and all those. Like, who would make your Mount Rushmore? Your four, the big four. Not really a game, just a little, conversation here. There's no right or wrong answers.
So the ones that go up are the ones that we agree upon.
Or we could just do our own. But
Okay.
yeah, we could do. However,
So there's what, 4 people on Mount Rushmore?
yeah, you got your Lincoln, your the Washington,
Lincoln, Washington,
Trump's on
Roosevelt.
there.
Yeah. Will be soon.
I think
Oh,
RFK's up there.
Oh.
Thank you for putting me up on Mount Rushmore,
The
Mr.
big,
Trump.
Stop.
big fat baby Huey face of our vice president, complete with mascara.
I heard.
Fucking piece of
I
Do
sorry.
we
heard
want to
that.
play a game
I
or
heard M&Ms were actually on
or
that
end
top
up in a
10
prison?
list, but RFK had them removed because there was too much red dye in them, and they were not safe for human consumption.
Man is a beacon of health and should be responsible for every decision involving Americas.
He looks toxically chemically altered.
Oh, we can do a PSA about the COVID shot in 2025 this year.
Mm.
So I know you all understand how the CDC has become muddled between what the FDA and the HHS and everybody is like, oh, hey, we can't recommend any adult getting this vaccine this year, right?
No.
But if you look at what the CDC says, hey, if you have this pre-existing condition, go ahead and get it. There is everything you can think of as a pre-existing condition. So
Blue eyes.
on one hand, all they've done is, and this is where we turn into a political podcast. All they've done is say, hey, look, we did this thing. They didn't do anything, because if you have a pulse and can say, hey, I think I need this shot, and can come up with any reason down to, and I'm being pedantic here, a hangnail, it's covered. Like a doctor can't refuse. Like if you have general things
It's like getting
asthma,
a medical marijuana card.
yeah, it's as flaky as having to go through get your medical marijuana card, that you just show up and go, I have a lot of headaches, or I had a childhood trauma. Anything.
I have TMJ.
I saw the boogeyman.
Yeah,
I saw the
boogeyman.
I had to spend the night with Dr. Loomis.
Yeah.
Well, now that you've exposed this loophole to the millions of our users globally, our listeners, RFK is going to be right on top of that.
He's
We'll
going
be
to
shut
be
down.
mad about it.
God, talking like RFK for 20 seconds just destroyed me. I don't know how he does it.
Well, he has no choice. The
Yes.
cocaine destroyed his vocal cords.
The worm in his brain controls him like the rat, like the rat in Ratatouille, just pulling his strings. And that man is leading our CDC.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's your Mount Scaramore? I'll go ahead and do mine. Or should we
do yours?
Should we
'Cause they're
talk
gonna-
and have our come up with 4 together?
I mean, it's gonna be pretty easy. There's not a lot popular to choose from.
Well, I've thought about mine, so I'll just give you my 4.
Go for
Okay.
it.
Obviously, Jason and Freddy.
Uh-huh.
This is just where my heart is. And then my other 2, I'm going Chucky.
Nah.
Putting Chucky up there.
Why'd you put Chucky up there?
I'm going strictly from like volume of batting average of movies I enjoy from the franchise.
Okay.
And I genuinely like the most Chucky films. There's some turds in there, but the TV show was really great. Genuinely a good watch. And then I'm going Ghostface, because I don't think there's a bad Scream movie. There's some not as successful as others for me, but I like them all.
Okay.
And I'm going.
Okay.
Those are my four: Jason, Freddy, Chucky,
Okay. No
and
Michael Myers is on there, huh?
I can't get with Michael Myers. You know
See,
what? We'll get
he's
him.
iconic.
He is, but he's not in my heart.
I
Okay.
like Michael Myers more than Freddy and Jason.
Oof.
Here's what I don't like about Michael Myers. It's always bothered me. Jason is a zombie kid, man.
Uh,
Freddy is a demon creature, ghost who comes in your dreams. Chucky's a little doll possessed by a uh, voodoo curse.
Psychopath.
Ghostface is a different person every movie. There is no fucking reason Michael Myers should survive everything he goes through. Think of all I know what you're gonna
Well,
say.
how
finish.
far in the lore do you want to
No,
go?
That's
Yeah.
what. But when they do explain it, it's the dumbest shit. And
No,
it takes like what 6 movies to get there until they're
It-
finally like, we got to explain
no. That's why
half-assedly.
I agree with Danny McBride. There was only the one movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then there's no reason why he should be.
Until you get to their second movie, which we're about to talk about. Which
I know
means,
I've seen
like, he's
all
just
the
a
sequels.
man.
Seen all the
he gets
sequels
shot
for-
6 times.
Seen all the sequels for Halloween. I can't remember half of them. I've seen all of the Freddys. I think for this podcast I went through and watched a lot of the Jasons that I hadn't seen.
Mhm.
And to your point, those later Jason movies are dog shit. Except
They
for
are.
Jason in Space, which is
Jason
just Jason X. Once they lost the rights to being able to say Friday the 13th,
Mhm.
those movies are just terrible.
Yeah, that's when Cunningham comes back, unfortunately.
I think, and honestly, Friday the 13th is the only one of these where the sequel is better than the first.
For sure. The first one's low on my list of ranking them,
Yeah.
but also
So-
doesn't have Jason.
Yeah, so it has him as Bog Boy coming
Yeah.
out of the water as a spirit ?
Who knows?
Yeah. Or at least if you're just saying character design, it's got to be the Halloween mask
Mm.
of Myers, and just it's so simple. You don't have the whole Freddy melt face. You don't have, depending on what version of Jason you want, the sack on his head or various cracks to his hockey goalie mask. I don't know. I could see.
He's iconic for sure. And he is top 3 popular, probably well known, but
Mm.
And I'm gonna say
I can't get into it.
To my other point about just the first Halloween is the reason why I like Michael Myers more. The 1st
Mhm.
Hellraiser is why I like Pinhead more than those other guys too. And I stopped after 2 Hellraisers. I think there's 11 of those, so I don't feel like I need to go any further than that.
Yeah. But so who's on your Mount Scaramore? Crushmore.
Could you say Mount Crushmore as RFK?
So who would be on your Mount Crushmore there?
I think you lost it. That was a little rough. It sounded like you were. I'll go.
I enjoyed it.
All right, so it's only 4, right?
Yeah.
All right. Number 1, Xenomorph from Alien.
All right.
Number 2, Pazuzu. Just the statue.
Uh-huh.
Number 3, Mike Myers. Number 4,
Mike Myers as Austin Powers.
no. Number 4.
Yeah, baby.
Man, I know when I listen back to this, I'm going to be like, why didn't you say blah? Number 4, the Elves from Elves.
Jesus.
the one movie, it's a standalone, not a franchise.
Yep. Oh, wait, you did say franchise. I'm sorry. Jaws.
I mean, it could be Jaws. Okay, it
Jaws
can
is a
be
good.
it's whatever's
Jeez.
in your heart.
Mount Crushmore must be a pretty big mountainside if you're going to have Jaws and that big fucking alien head on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's more
Uh,
like a mesa than it is a mountain.
Who's on yours, Josh?
that's the
Big
tough.
Z.
I am going to go Freddy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go. It's almost a toss up between Jason and Michael Myers because I like them equally, but I'll go Michael Myers because he's is I think genuinely a little more scary when you just come down to the character. Uh, no, we'll go Jason. We'll go Freddy, Jason, Ghostface, and the Strangers. So you got to fit three little heads up
Oh,
there because they all come together.
so you're talking Dollface,
Yeah.
the other two.
The other two, I like the Strangers movies a lot as a horror franchise. I know that there's a
Yeah, they're good. I love the first one.
there's yeah, I love the first two. I thought the reboot was good. I'm really excited to see the new one.
I think
Uh
it's already come and gone from theaters.
yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I'm waiting for the 4K
Mm-hmm.
um to add to the collection, but I don't know. I think the movies are a lot of fun and I know that there's a lot of people that don't enjoy them and they have valid criticisms of them, but I have fun with them. And I think those characters and just the premise of the whole thing is just terrifying. Like I said, that it's just like they just choose a door to knock on and you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason to it. They don't want revenge on you for anything. You don't hold some secret talisman that they're trying to get their hands on. They just want to fucking kill random people and it's terrifying.
Can
Yeah.
can I take Jaws off and add Jim Wynorski?
Well, the
Just the
Chiselers have
man.
already gotten to work, but I think yeah, they said they haven't gotten to Jaws yet, so they will
Okay.
allow it.
Okay. It'll take up about the same amount of space.
Well, that was Mount Rushmore. And now we get into Halloween Kills, which is the dumbest name for a horror movie. Makes like Halloween Ends is cool. What the fuck does Halloween Kills mean? Released October 15th, 2021, had a
Well,
budget
there
of
are a lot of kills in it.
there
Yeah.
are had a budget of 20 million, so doubled the first one. Box office, of course, it didn't eat the buckle.
Yep.
133 million, which not
Big
bad, not
drop.
as much as the first one, but considering, I mean, this was still probably a year into COVID, people probably still weren't going to theaters in droves, so pretty good. I imagine if there wasn't a pandemic going on, it would have been
Well, it's
a
on
lot
Yeah.
better.
Peacock at the same time, right?
Yeah, it was. That's another factor. It was
Did you have
streaming
to
on
pay
Peacock.
for it, or was it just come
It
No.
was
subscribe to
it
Peacock?
it came with your because I remember I got the 7 day free trial just to watch this when it came out the same day it was in theaters because
Bet you didn't re-up.
No, I still have Peacock.
Oh, okay.
That's where I watch Love Island. Written by Scott Teems, Danny McBride, David Gordon Green, OG characters by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill. Starring the same people mentioned before, but Nick's Toby Huss and Anthony Michael Hall and that one plastic face lady from the Real Housewives shows. In this movie, David Gordon Green gives us a sequel to the previous studio cash grab of Halloween reboot. Should it have been called Magaween? Yep. Will it eat the buckle? Maybe. One thing's for sure, the podcast dies tonight. The podcast
Oh my
dies
God.
tonight. The
USA,
podcast dies tonight.
USA, USA.
Fellas off the top rope, what did you think of Magaween Kills?
It's a mess. It's a mess.
Couldn't get past Josh Homme as
Is Anthony Michael Hall?
Josh
Man,
Homme
what a
was a good actor in this.
ugh.
I thought he was fine.
Wink.
It's just
Oh no,
Why do we
Wait.
have to do that?
I don't. This movie is so fucking frustrating because I think personally, there's a lot of cool things in it, but there's so much dumb shit. I love the opening. I love the flashback to the original Halloween night where you get
Sure.
Jim Cummings as playing another cop, as he can only do apparently.
Uh-huh.
I love that. And you get the CGI Loomis, which we mentioned before, just kind of scratch that itch. I like the how you see them. It picks up then after the flashback, it picks up exactly where the last one left off, where the house is burning and they're being taken away in a truck, and then you see the fire trucks going towards the fire. I like that.
Mhm.
I like Michael Myers busting out of the house and going fucking Voorhees on these firemen and the brutal killings. I like that.
Mhm.
Then you get the rest. You get.
I feel like Carpenter sent them an email and went, "Not so easy, is it, boys?"
See, I was about to say, I think Blumhouse probably had a lot more input into this one than he did the first one, because
Mhm.
you could really kind of tell what was David Gordon Green and what was Blumhouse. It's almost night and day. And this one steers more towards a Blumhouse movie than it does a Danny McBride and David Gordon Green movie.
To that point about Blumhouse, I actually had to look up what Blumhouse movies I've actually liked as a movie watcher,
There
Mhm.
aren't many.
and I could only get a handful. And
Hmm.
there's how many? There's over like 3 dozen Blumhouse produced movies, right?
Oh, easily. Yeah.
All right, so I came up with, in no particular order, Get Out,
Mhm.
Us, Prey, Black Klansman, Us again because I wrote it twice for some reason, and Creep. Those are the only movies that I know for a fact I have seen.
and and I would bet you, Aaron, a handful. I know with Get Out, he didn't really produce that. He just kind
Mm-mm.
of
He just
paid
said,
to
"Yeah,
distribute it and put his
yeah,
name on it. So like
right."
he didn't get to put his fucking dumb notes into it, which I'm
Right.
sure was also the case with like Black Klansman.
I mean, and then I'm looking at that list of Blumhouse
Yeah, I
movies,
don't
and I
see Blum
just
telling Spike Lee what to do.
No.
no. But I just looked at that list, and I was thought to myself, garbage, garbage,
Hmm.
garbage, garbage. He's the new Charles Brand.
Yeah, he is.
Mm.
And I think, I probably politically align with Blumhouse, but he just can't help but, and this to your point, Josh, I'm sure a lot of this fucking awkward, just shoved in there political, uh, evil dies tonight, tribalism, uh, you know, uh, fear, uh,
Hmm.
The
whatever you
movie
want to
looks a
call it.
lot. The movie looks a lot different after January 6th.
Yeah, and I think that was Blum saying we need to make a statement. We need to make a statement
Well,
about public fear and the boogeyman is it's just it was
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Unfortunate because if they just would have trimmed like that shit out and the whole everyone going after the wrong boogeyman, which ended up being like Danny DeVito, like a 3 foot tall, as the penguin, like a
Yeah.
3 foot tall. That whole hospital, take it out. Take 20 minutes of
Yeah.
that out, and you would have had a much better product.
That hospital scene was so freaking cringy. It
yeah.
almost brings the movie to a screeching halt.
Oh, it
Awful,
does. It
Yeah.
does. It's terrible.
awful. Which is why I think you're right, because Eddie, producer worth the shit, would have been like, guys, we can't have this unless it's to perpetuate my agenda, which it
Yeah.
was. That was clearly the only reason it was fucking in there was to make a political statement, as dumb as it was.
Can
There's
either
no
of
reason
you?
that should have been. It had nothing to do. It did not advance the story in any way whatsoever. It wasn't even an effective like red herring at all.
Mm.
Because as a viewer, you're like, how the fuck could any of you think that that little 3 foot tall old man
Yeah.
is Michael Myers?
All
Right.
right.
Right. I want to know. Can one of you tell me Why, if someone pulls up in a Fox body Mustang in your town, starts screaming at you about we got to take back the night, do you listen to that man? Is Tommy Doyle supposed to be the mayor and everyone just knows him?
No, but
Why?
that
There's no
Yeah.
logic. What's
because that's their bullshit. Like this whole movie's about the mob mentality of MAGA. That's the only reason any of this happened. It didn't need to happen.
Yeah.
no?
It was so stupid. He does the
I,
same thing in the hospital scene. Like there's all this chaos going on, and he just walks in and starts screaming, and suddenly everybody in the
Everybody.
room is just like listening to him to the
Yeah.
point where the sheriff can't even like doesn't even dare shut it down, just lets him talk. Like
yeah.
it's oh god, it's so there was a lot there's so many questionable things in this movie. Even some of the stuff that I think was David Gordon Green, I just don't think he had a strong story or script this time around. Like, and again, I'm getting a little the weeds a little bit, but like a cop rolls up on these kids in the beginning during the flashback while there's a killer on the loose, and he's just like, "Hey, you kids, get home! There's a killer on the loose," and drives off. It's like, what police officer wouldn't be like, "Get in my fucking car and I'm
Yeah.
taking you home"?
Yeah.
And then there's these are just a couple examples. There's a ton of them, but like when what's the main character, the young lady, Jamie Lee Curtis's granddaughter.
Oh,
Allison.
I don't remember Allison.
Allison.
So Allison and her twink boyfriend and
Chamelet.
and
Fake Chamelet.
his father, and then Tommy Doyle, when they're looking for Michael Myers, like running through the woods or the park or whatever, they split up into two groups: the two adults and the two fucking kids.
Yeah.
What parent is going to be like, yes, you two kids go off by yourself, armed, looking for this
Yeah.
maniac? Well, the two adults go this way.
After
It
he
doesn't make any fucking sense.
after he has his little soliloquy of I can't believe I'm bringing my kid into this and
Yeah,
another kid. And then he's just like, okay, kids, go on and have
it's
fun.
oh
Have
my
fun
God.
finding Mr. Myers.
Like aside, there was some really cool moments of some gore and some good kills in this.
Hmm.
But it was really just like an hour and 50 minutes of just dumb decisions and bullshit and forced political nonsense that even though, like you said, I'm kind of on the side of what the message is, it just don't need to see it in my horror movies that
You
blatantly and that stupidly written in.
don't need to
Yeah.
see it in a Halloween movie.
No,
Right.
exactly. And there's always the thing of like, well, horror movies are sometimes a mirror to the, what's going on in the world, but like Halloween wasn't. That was not the original intention of Halloween. I don't think it was
No.
just a man trying to make a buck in
It's
a
a
scary
ghost
movie.
story. It's a
Yeah.
ghost story.
You're right. And like you can put political messages in or your point of view or whatever the hell you want in the movie that you're writing, but it has to be smart.
Yeah.
And this wasn't done in any sort of smart or creative way. It was just literally like, here's a fist, shove it up the ass of the Halloween franchise and twist
Hmm.
it around, and there you go.
And that's
Like,
why, like, I mean, seeing what Danny Gordon Green and, or sorry, David Gordon Green
David.
and Danny McBride have done in the past, like, yes, of course, they're tongue in cheek about dumb shit going on in the world, but they're smart about it.
mhm.
Look at fucking Gemstones. Look at uh Eastbound and Down. Like
Vice
that's why
principal.
I just can't believe that this came from them, and I don't think it did. This
Mhm.
was Blum shitting all over and yeah, they didn't do a great job writing this movie. The things you can tell were them. There was some good stuff, there was more bad stuff, but you can definitely, like you said, tell where Blum put his shit
I
stains all
think
over this.
Green is a great director,
He
but
is.
this movie looks terrible. The shot selection is terrible. There's more. It looked more like the Rob Zombie
It
Hmm.
did. This
than
was
it
definitely
did.
more zombie than Carpenter, I think.
Yeah, the first one for sure. Well, the first sequel, Halloween, the 11th movie Halloween of the sequel Halloween, uh, looked and felt more like a Carpenter movie. This one, I guess, they were paying homage to Zombie, and it looked like a zombie movie.
Yeah. I wonder if it was coming from a place of because Halloween 2 is the real Halloween 2 is such a tonal shift from the first one in that it is kind of just a slasher more so than the first one. I wonder if they were kind of going for that and or I mean, I
Mhm.
don't I'm kind of they can do their own thing in the sequel. I don't care. It's just they didn't do it well for the most part.
It's it's the
Um
same people. That's the thing is if you had the first movie sequel in the can, like we got this, they had years to think about it,
yeah.
polish it up. It's to your point earlier about the Star Wars movies, like have a through point for the
Hmm.
sequels.
Yeah.
And it seemed like without spoiling the last third movie, which I've never seen, but no, there's a time jump. It just seemed like they were like, all right, we're really solid here. Well, this didn't work, so let's scrap the third one and come up with something else.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I wonder how much COVID had to do with that because I know it this was filmed during COVID. It came out in 2021, so it was definitely filmed during the shutdown. So I wonder how much they weren't able to do what they wanted to do, and maybe that affected it. We'll never know, but the final product wasn't great. I didn't hate
mm.
it. I don't hate
No.
the movie. I hate what
I hated it. 18 minutes. 18 minutes in, I checked out.
really. I I liked the. Did you notice the homage to Halloween 3 with the three
Yeah.
kids masks?
How could
Yep.
you not? It was in the first
I
one
thought that was
too.
cool.
Uh,
Um, I and to get to what I was saying about Michael Myers is just a man, and I hate how he just that like one of the last scenes where the townies finally, Judy Greer's character tricks him by taking his mask, and he chases
Yeah.
Michael chases her, and they corner him or gang up on him. He
and
gets
then suddenly
shot.
the mega mob becomes the good guys.
Yeah, the Magama. He gets. They empty a fucking revolver into his chest. They're beating him down with baseball bats. And then he just gets up like nothing happened and kills what 30 people
Hmm.
Which takes the piss
with
out of
without.
the it takes the piss out of the cold open where he just stopped when there
Yeah.
were six cops pointing guns at him.
Hmm.
So you defeated the whole purpose of your movie backstory for existing where he just stops.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like if he got there's now 9, 10 people in a circle around him, and this is where he decides, oh no, I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
It's
I just
stupid.
it's just a man. He can't,
Yeah.
and yeah,
All
suspension of
it took him,
disbelief.
all it
I
took,
get it. It's a horror movie, but
no,
at least make him like stumble around after he's had a revolver emptied in his fucking chest and not maybe be unfazed. I don't know. I did love
was he still shot 6 times, or
six
did they,
times.
or did they
That
retcon that?
was something that they kind of alluded that to that where in the flashback in the beginning, Jim Cummins is like, Loomis said he shot him a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I'm like, why didn't you say 6 times? I shot him 6 times. I
It
shot.
would be awesome at the end if they just had like a ghost of Loomis in the corner of the screen
Yeah.
counting the number of times they shoot him. One, two,
You only
three.
you only got him 5 times.
Only one more time. Do it.
I did one thing I loved about this movie. I love how in the end they're just like he doesn't give a fuck about you, Laurie Strode. He never did. He doesn't. You're nothing to him. You just got in his way at one point, and he tried to kill you. Like this isn't about you. He's just trying to get home, and whoever's in his way, he kills. Because it,
What?
Did you like that?
I did. I loved that.
Huh. Because he does kind of stalk her in the first one.
Stalks
That
her.
was kind of the
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
No, he doesn't. The fake Loomis makes him go there. When he
No,
No, no,
takes
no.
78
In Halloween '78, he is most certainly infatuated
stalking.
with Lori.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
There's
But
no guessing. He watches her
but it's
from
not
outside the school behind the hedge, and
yeah,
then
but it's not like he broke
goes out of
out
his way to
of
kill her.
but it's not like he broke out just to get to her. Like he sees her that day and, decides he wants to kill her, but it's not like she's his infatuation, I guess is the point, which I like.
Yeah.
Where like the entire franchise is he's going after Laurie Strode, which it never should have been.
Uh,
I don't see it being executed well
Hmm. All right.
based on the mountain of evidence to the contrary in their own movie and the one from '78.
Fair enough.
The only thing I will give this movie, I have 2 points. Big John, Little John, number one,
Love Big
were
John and
my
Little John.
favorite segment of these David Gordon Green ones.
Yeah. And
So far.
that's where you can see their writing. Like
Yeah.
that is 1000% Danny
When
McBride.
you get Michael McDonald, aka Stewart from Mad TV, to just be in a movie, like he doesn't have to really do anything. It's just the fact that there's Big John, Little John. Big John grabs the small knife. Little John grabs the largest chef's knife in the
Yeah.
in the house. Like that little comedic bit was the best part until I got to the very end of the movie, and there was the scene slash movie stealer of this film: man in pajamas with a 2x4. Man in pajamas with 2x4 stole the movie and was the only good thing besides the Johns for me in this movie. It's an hour and 40 some minutes, and I was checked out at 18. But that last 3-4 minutes where man in pajamas with 2x4 shows up made it for me.
all right.
I loved the older elderly black couple with the drone. I thought they were a good.
They were a mixed race couple.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yep.
Yeah.
Uh,
The guy from the
I don't
John
see
Larroquette
color.
No.
sitcom where he was in a bus station and that guy
John
played a
Larroquette.
cop.
What? John Larroquette.
Yeah, it was on NBC.
I wanted to make a point to say I did not like the movie doesn't end. How many fucking little like pop endings do they put at the end
Yeah.
of this with her voiceover
Yeah.
and like all these dumb bullshit messages they just keep like tacking on and then like you think it's
Yeah.
over and then there's another fucking scene. That was so stupid. And again, I would almost guarantee you that was Blum at the very end, just like get Jamie Lee in here for another day. We need to record another voiceover
Yeah.
because
There's
I've got more bullshit I want to say.
there's
It's
no
just
suspense.
so dumb.
No suspense. And like I said, when I checked out at minute 18, I wrote a note that says this has Jaws the Revenge feel to me. And it does. Like it's just, hey, here are these characters. They're gonna die. You're not
Yeah.
gonna care. There's not gonna be any stakes. And then it's just farts to
Mm.
the end. And
I'd say-
that was this movie, man. It just was dog shit.
Yeah, you're right. I would say this. I think the strong point of the movie and the only entertainment you get out of it is similar to what I said I liked about the first was I do like the scenes kind of in the second act or right in the middle where it's like cops running around the neighborhood and you just kind of get to see like Haddonfield as a living, breathing town and the shit
Yeah.
that's going on all at the same time. I always love seeing that kind of stuff in movies.
Mhm.
But that's real. Aside from that, this movie's
It had
just a stinker.
the good Haddonfield Halloween vibes that I was looking for. And my third favorite Halloween movie. Again, not
I
saying
can't believe
much.
you like it more than Halloween 3, but okay.
Are you saying Halloween Kills was your third favorite?
Yep. I like Halloween 3. I guess we'll say just the Michael Myers canon.
Okay. All right.
Woo!
Aaron, I don't like this franchise. I don't think there's good movies in this franchise. There's fun
Halloween
ones
Kills
that
is
I'll
your
watch.
third best?
Yeah.
Not Halloween.
What?
Not
I'd
Halloween
go
squared.
Carpenter, DGG, Kills.
Holy shit. Okay.
There's nothing better than
I can't believe you don't like
And
the original Halloween 2 more than.
I like Halloween 2 a lot. And to be fair, the drop off in quality from Gordon Green 2018 to Kills is enormous. It's
Yeah.
just
Grand
better than
Canyon.
the other things that
It's,
came before it for me.
Halloween Kills definitely belongs in a direct-to-video bin at Blockbuster back in the day. It's just it's just something you would see on a Friday night and be like, oh, I didn't even realize they made a sequel.
I'll be excited to see what you guys think of Halloween Ends.
Oh,
I've never seen it. Never seen. I never saw
you want to
Kills.
talk about drop offs in quality?
Well, we'll get there in 2 weeks because we'll see what's going up against Do It Baby Part 2.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's count down. We'll pick our loser. We'll pick who eats the buckle. 3, 2, 1.
Halloween
Halloween
Kills.
Kills.
All right, so we'll watch that and we'll put it up against Rob Zombie's Halloween fucking motherfucking Part 2. I think is the actual poster title that he insisted on.
So Halloween 10 versus Halloween 12.
Oh baby. I've had particularly the part of Dracula, do it baby, has been in my head for a month now, and
I'm
it's
so happy to hear that.
driving me fucking nuts. Me and Erica
was-
both just walk around the house going, do it baby, and it's maddening. I hate that this has caused that.
I love it. It makes me so happy.
Well, listeners, give us your Mount Crushmore and your Halloween rankings. Let us know what you think. Hit
And
us up
also, I'm anticipating that angry fan mail will be streaming in after part one of this airs, admonishing you two for not recognizing M&Ms as an official Halloween candy.
I didn't
can't
say
wait.
it was Thriller.com. I had nothing
Yeah.
to do with it.
Like, you laughed at me. You
I
laughed.
did
You had
because
such a good time laughing.
I mean,
Questioning.
maybe number 10 on the top 10 would M&Ms be, but
No.
we can't relitigate this. We got hit us up at bucklepod@gmail.com or bucklepod blue sky. However, that's whatever the
Go on
syntax
Blue
of that
Sky.
is.
Look up Buckle Pod.
Yep, and save room for next time because we'll eat the buckle.
All right, Astro Creeps. See you next time.
Oh boy. Bye bye.
You were so getting dry fucked tonight.
Oh, yeah?